Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience with Aaron and Dave. And on the phone, we got Coffee House Keagan.
Yes.
There he is.
I'm here. Thank you for having me.
Getting a sip of coffee in.
It's our Major League expert.
Yeah.
Major League Baseball
I wouldn't
expert.
say that. I think you guys might have that handled better than I.
I don't know. Hey, man, I set up my team and I just let it roll.
Yeah.
I have no idea what I'm doing.
You know, he knows the Giants are making the playoffs. So that's about it with Dave.
Yep.
Yeah.
And
See,
so,
that's all that matters.
Well, they're a great team, so
yes.
can't complain there.
Yeah, that's hard to say for me. I'm not a Giants fan.
He's a Dodgers fan.
Yeah. I know. So in the American League, we got the Astros facing the White Sox in that first round.
Yes, sir. I think that's going to be a great series.
You think so? I just don't think the White Sox stand a chance.
Well, I don't think they're going to win. I think they could win a game, but I think it's going to be a good series simply because of the pitching matchup.
Okay.
Houston's pitching is kind of hit and miss. You know, you got Lance McCullers, who's one of the top ERA guys, but he throws so many pitches he may only last 5. And Houston's biggest weakness is their bullpen.
Okay.
So, and you think of the White Sox lineup, and you're like, my goodness, you know, if they get a hold of you in the first couple innings, it could be a long day.
Especially in that softball field that we call a Major League Park, the Houston Astros.
Yeah. Minute Maid Park, yeah. You know, I think about that. So I was watching the game last night, and if the Astros would have won, they would have locked up home field advantage through that series. And I was thinking to myself, because I've been there for playoff games. I was there for Game 3 of the 2017 World Series. I was there in 2015 when they lost. They blew the lead in the 8th inning when they would have clinched against the eventual World Series champions Royals. And so when you're sitting there in the stadium, when every pitch matters in the playoffs, those Crawford boxes look like they're 8 feet from third base. Like it looks like a pop fly as a home run, and it is terrifying.
Dave,
as an Astros fan.
Dave, what we're talking about is I saw one guy for the Dodgers when they played the Astros in the World Series, and he hit the ball, and his only one hand was on the bat when they slowed it down in slow motion. And you can see when he hits the ball, he's mad because he thinks he pops it up. And actually the ball ends up going out.
It just keeps going.
Yeah.
Wow. Insane.
And so I call it a softball field. It is a good distance, but
it's a
Well,
small
it's only
park.
315 right down the line.
Yeah.
So if you get it right down the line, it's a chip shot.
Yeah, and I tell you what, it doesn't take much to get it out of there. And so,
Sure doesn't.
especially during the summer. Now, during the winter, the ball may not carry as much, but in the middle of August, that ball carries in that field.
Oh, yeah.
So the other one is we got the Rays and an assortment of other teams that are making the wild card, and we had to record this early. So I think the Rays beat any team that comes in the wild card. But I tell you what, I think that's going to be a great series. Whoever they face, or whether it be the Red Sox, Yankees, Toronto,
Seattle.
Yes.
Yeah.
I Seattle comes in and they just have pitching.
Right.
Especially in that bullpen.
So it's funny. I was talking with my son earlier about the wild card in the American League, and you've got 3 teams within a game, and then they're for the second wild card, and then they're only 1 game behind New York for the first. So there's a chance if New York doesn't win this weekend, they miss the playoffs altogether. How crazy is that?
Yeah, or we can.
This whole thing could flip on its head.
We can have 4 teams tied, and all of them play each other. You know,
how insane would that be?
Yeah, that would be insane. Whatever way, the playoffs are going to be a lot of fun, and there's going to be a lot of good teams. Now, switching over to the national team, and now we don't know if the Giants or the Dodgers are going to be the division, but whoever doesn't win the division, and it looks like the Dodgers are not going to win the division, to be honest.
Yeah, I think they're 2 games back with 2 to play, so they'd have to win out and San Francisco lose out.
You're almost playing a wild card game anyways if you tie, because you're playing an extra game.
Yeah. Sure.
So to me, I would just rather, win or lose in the season and then face the Cardinals. Now, I don't think the Cardinals can beat the Giants or the Dodgers in a one game.
You will really? I was going to say the opposite. I was going to say that would scare me more than facing them in a series.
It might, but I think the situation with the bullpen the Cardinals have,
sure,
they just if you get to their bullpen, I mean they got hard throwers, but they just don't throw strikes a lot. I watched. Yeah. I think I was off work when I watched the Dodgers play the Cardinals, and the name escapes me. The guy who's going to pitch in the wild card. He throws a lot of curveballs, and that's what he damaged the Dodgers with it. And so,
sure.
So the Dodgers seen what he has. Now we get to the other series, the Braves, who really scare me,
and the Brewers,
who really scares me. So,
the Braves are crazy to me because they looked so bad for the first half of the season.
Yeah,
and then that division kind of just fell apart and fell into their lap to where they ended up playing bad teams more often than they did early on, and they were probably favored to win the division. So
yes.
It's not like out of the blue, but to lose Acuna and to have the struggles with the pitching staff that they've had, they're definitely dangerous. All those trades they made at the deadline, they got the guy out of Kansas City. His name escapes me.
Yeah,
Jorge Soler, Adam Duvall. Yeah, those trades have paid off crazy.
Yeah,
crazy.
for them, they just really took off the second half of the season. So, they have playoff experience, and that is invaluable. That's what hurts the back to the American League. The White Sox against the Astros. The White Sox just don't really have any playoff experience at all. Now,
because they lost that 2-game series last year against the A's.
Now the series that Dave would probably be most interested in, the Giants-Dodgers series. The Giants beat them by 1 game during the season. And, man, this is going to be fun. A team full of all-stars against a team that's got a lot of players that have had career years.
Yes,
and
which is a very Giants thing to have happen.
Oh, yeah, there's no doubt. They just
like
don't
those
have
World Series runs. They did the same thing.
Yeah, but they don't have a Bumgarner this year. A guy in the series that can just win 2 or 3 games.
Right, I agree.
For you, so it'll be interesting what happens there. So, who do you have going in as we see the teams now? Who do you think is going to make it to the American League pennant?
I think it'll be Houston versus Tampa. I think consistently throughout the year they were the 2 best teams in the American League. I think they match up well against each other. That 7-game series last year in the ALCS was crazy. Tampa goes up 3-0, and then Houston comes all the way back, and then they had a pretty competitive Game 7 until Tampa kind of got out there a little bit. But Tampa's a better team than they were last year.
That's what's scary.
And I thought they played the Dodgers tough in the World Series last year. So I think they're the 2 best teams. And really, I think if there's if the White Sox somehow beat Houston, I don't think the White Sox stand a chance against Tampa. I think Tampa runs right through them.
Okay, who do you have? I agree with your assessment on the American League pennant. I think Dave agrees. Who do you have in the National League pennant?
Oh, man. Well, I think Milwaukee's got more depth than Atlanta. I think that's going to be a good series. So I think Milwaukee goes through. And my gut tells me the names on the Dodgers are going to step up if they end up playing San Francisco. So my gut says Dodgers versus Brewers in the NLCS. But I don't know. Part of me wants to root for San Francisco. Even though, like, if they met the Astros in the World Series, I think that favors San Francisco. But because I'm not a Dodgers guy. They got that history, but it just seems like they have the names, they've got the experience, they've got all that stuff that would help them get there. Like last night, I don't know if you saw the highlights. That Trey Turner hit that grand slam to give them the tie in the 5th inning against Milwaukee
I had just
yesterday.
turned on the game when that happened.
Yeah, it's just like now they have Trey Turner. Why does it seem like they have a 35-man bench?
Wow.
And like they always have this all-star who shows up out of nowhere.
They have they have a lot of money, but what they have is a very deep minor league system. that the general
Oh
manager.
yeah, they've done great.
Yeah, the general manager of now the Giants has helped build, so he is building one too, and that's what's helped. You know, they've had a few guys go down.
Think about this. Think how much Tampa Bay has influenced this year's playoffs. James Click came from Tampa Bay. He's now the general manager at Houston.
Yes.
Tampa Bay is the best team in the American League, so their system stayed in place. Andrew Friedman is the president of baseball operations for the Dodgers, and then is his name Zahadi?
Yes.
Who left the Dodgers, who worked under Friedman, is now running the Giants, who went from cellar dwellers to the best team in the National League.
And if I'm
like overnight.
And if I'm correct, the gentleman that's general manager of the Giants was a minor league scout, I think, for the Tampa Bay.
There you go.
That came with.
It's unbelievable.
It's that I never even thought about. That's pretty cool. So okay, you've given us the final four teams. I think it's going to be the Dodgers and the Braves in a fantastic 7-game series. On the other side, I don't think Milwaukee beats the Braves, but
I would not complain about that at all.
Yeah, and I do think that the Dodgers beat the Giants, but we'll see how that goes.
That's his wishful thinking.
I think you're correct. I think the names on the jerseys step up, and the Giants have had a fantastic year. I mean, they're going to win 107 games or whatever it is. It's
108.
Yeah.
They'll win out. They'll win out.
Yeah. The thing is, though, it's what is. I think one of the Real Series teams won 85 games, and this team wins 107, and they're not even favored to go to the Real Series.
In the first round.
Yeah, they're not even favored in the first round. That's how baseball works. All right, we have the final 4 teams from me, Keagan. Who goes to Real Series from the American League?
So I'll do my 100% best to be faithful and take my bias out of it. I think Houston goes to the World Series, and they play the Dodgers in a rematch.
Okay. I'm all down with that.
Do you think they cheat again?
No. No, they're done with that.
They'll find a way, and it'll be fine. I'll take it.
I do think, though, if Houston ends up playing the Red Sox or the Yankees in the playoffs, Dave, Dave wants fighting in baseball to be allowed.
I think it's
to an extent. I'm with you.
Hear me all the way out, Keagan, because you're a big baseball fan. Okay, there's times when you're watching a game where it's a little dull. I think you should adopt the hockey rule, which is let them fight every once in a while. Make the game interesting.
So I don't know about like full on fighting, but I think there should be more emotion allowed. Like you got the purists, who want it to be like golf, where like I don't mind a bat flip and then the pitcher being upset about it. I don't mind the pitcher fist bumping and screaming on his way off the mound from a strikeout and the batter getting mad about it. I like the tension that comes with it, but I also don't want to see someone get hurt, right? So like hitting a guy at 98 in the ribs, I mean, you could end a guy's series, a season.
Yeah.
So
I'm not talking
about that I don't like, but I want the emotion.
Yeah, I'm not talking about hitting some guy with a ball. I'm talking about like the Nolan Ryan fight.
I'm just not having my $30 million a year pitcher throw a punch and break his hand because that happened with the White Sox, right? The White Sox lost a guy because he got mad and hit a wall and broke his hand. There was some basic story. Milwaukee.
Devin Williams, the bullpen guy.
The bullpen guy. He gets mad and punches. So
well, that sounds dumb.
Yeah,
he hit a wall. He didn't hit a person.
You could break your hand hitting a person too or hurting it. But again, we may see fighting in those series because I guarantee you, the Yankees or the Red Sox are going to throw at the Houston Astros sooner or later.
And so here's the thing with that. I don't think that bothers Houston at all. They've gone 162 games where 81 of them they've been booed relentlessly for 3.5 hours. And they won their division. They're over all that. So if you want to throw, obviously you're the one who's bothered, not them. So I think if emotions are high from the other side with the fans and everything, I think it honestly plays in the Astros' favor.
And the Astros won the second best division in baseball too. I mean, clearly the AL East is
Oakland's a good team. Seattle's a good team.
Yeah, and the Angels aren't aren't bad, and the only reason they're not making the playoffs, if they were playing in the Central, they'd be in the playoffs. You know,
they just got a bad front office. They really do. Yeah.
But
their front office does not know how to build that team.
That's true. Yeah, they just want to put stars out there and, you know, pitching.
Shohei and Trout, go win. Yeah. Like what?
Yeah. So, they also have the Nationals third baseman from
Rendon,
but he just can't stay healthy, and that's why.
Well, you know, if
the Dodgers were in the top,
if they do open pitching tryouts, I'll go.
Yeah. So so you got Houston and the Dodgers in the World Series, which I'm totally down with.
Yeah, I'll abstain from picking that one because I think you got
the Astros, right?
Well, I got to pick with my heart at that point. I mean,
okay.
Come on,
okay, that's true. And how many games?
Oh, go all seven. Go
all seven. Make it a lot of fun.
I can't see either one of those teams just mollywhopping the other. You know, I think they're both good teams. I think Dodgers have better players at more positions, right? Like the Astros have a couple young outfielders that they roll out there every week, and Brantley's been a little hurt and stuff like that. So I think like name wise, Dodgers you would probably favor like positionally, but as a team and a unit, I think they kind of compare very well. I think they would be very competitive. I don't trust the Dodgers bullpen as much as I may have a couple years ago, even last year. Like Kenley Jansen's not the same guy. Blake Trinan can get hit a little bit. So there's certain things where you're like, okay, they do have their weaknesses. And it was the bullpen that lost in the World Series in 2017. So if you look at it in those terms, I think they're pretty comparable, and I think it would be a great series.
Yeah, I you know, in most years, if the Dodgers were out of the playoffs, say they lose the wild card game, I would be upset and not watch again. But this year, all the teams are very good, very competitive. The only series I think won't be competitive is the Houston White Sox series. I
hope you're right.
I think Houston just rolls over them. But again, we'll see. So now on to the important stuff. Deadsin.
Right.
You got some shows coming up. I saw you're playing this Christmas show, Wreck the Halls.
Wreck the Halls in Springfield, Missouri. Yeah, we're super excited about that. Those are the same guys who put on Chains Unchained every year in the summertime.
All right.
And so they're having us come up and open up that show and getting some toys for some children who need it this holiday season.
Yeah,
we're very excited about that.
Our buddy Caleb from Stonewall Static, they'll be playing that same show too. That'd be a lot of fun. So
we're happy to meet those guys. That'd be awesome.
I mean, he's a good.
You haven't met
kid.
him?
No.
Oh, I thought you had.
No, we've never crossed paths.
I thought all you San Antonio guys were just like buddy with everybody.
He's in Fort Worth.
Oh, that's right.
We're in Fort Worth.
That's right.
We're too far away.
They're the lone.
I was actually in San Antonio 2 days ago. I took my kids to see Dude Perfect live.
What's Dude Perfect?
So we drove down there. Oh, man. Okay, so Dude Perfect started as these college guys just like making like crazy trick shots and posting it onto YouTube.
Okay.
And then they somehow over the years transformed into this one of the biggest channels on YouTube, and kids love them. They're very sports centric, do a lot of trick shots and games, and they're like they're each like their own personality. Like you've got fan clubs for each guy and all this stuff, and they're Christian, so it's good, wholesome fun. But it's like a you should look them up. They're humongous. I'm surprised you don't know who they are.
Dave, my sons have showed me them, and they're at like the Golden One Center, and the hoop is down below, and they throw a basketball and hit and get it into the hoop. Wow. I mean, just some incredible stuff.
Okay, so who would win, Globetrotters or Dude Perfect?
I don't know.
Well, I'm going to have to put my money on the Globetrotters.
All right.
But, oh, man, I guess that was a fun night. Father-son night, I guess. So, you know.
Oh, yeah. We took all the kiddos. They had a lot of fun.
All right. So, Keagan, two things. I've been talking to, I don't want to say I've been talking to. I mentioned to Ryan from Reborn that you San Antonio guys or you Texas guys need to get together and do a Christmas cover album.
I actually watched that episode. I heard you say that.
Yeah, you guys need to get together.
My immediate thought was like, what on earth would we play?
I don't know. Grandma got run over by a reindeer is Aaron's first choice.
Yeah, I heard that was a negative on your part.
Yeah, he doesn't like the song. And,
You weren't even going to get it. We weren't even going to download it.
I just like saying it because he hates it now at this point. If I started to not like the song, I would just say I love it, at this point. So Deadsin's not coming out with the Christmas song, are they? Or is that in the works? Or that's something
no, we won't be doing that.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
Missing out, brother.
Yeah. Christmas
maybe next year, and we're super bored. We'll do it.
A little Deadsin Jingle Bell Rock or something like that.
Oh man! Hey, those.
Well, next time we speak, I'll bring Brian, our singer, on, and I'll let y'all brainstorm.
All right.
Which song his vocal range would fit best in.
All right. I see. Sounds good.
So what's up? Besides playing the Wreck the Halls, getting some gifts for some kids, what's some other things you guys are doing?
So that's December 4th. On October 30th, the day before Halloween, up in Bartlesville, Oklahoma, it's right outside of Tulsa, I believe, we're playing Reformation Fest. And that's going to be a lot of fun because Brian Head Welch from Korn is going to be there as a speaker, and he's going to be showing his Loud Crazy Love documentary. And there's going to be have opportunities to meet him and to watch the documentary with him. There's going to be like a special screening. But I mean, a ton of bands are playing. Spoken's playing, Zana's playing, Relent's playing, Chaotic Resemblance. And it's going to be a great day. And then, and that's free. That's what's super crazy. There's some of the extra perks that I mentioned about going and watching the stuff. You got to pay a little bit for that. But the show itself is free. So to see all these bands is completely free. You just got to go online and register. Nice. So that'll be cool. And then November 19th, we've got Disciple coming to our hometown, and we're playing with those guys. And
awesome.
We have a show lined up for New Year's Eve. I don't know if I can mention that yet, but that one's going to be a lot of fun as well. And it's going to be in Oklahoma. So heading back up north a little bit. But yeah, that'll be very cool. All that's on our website.
Out in Rocklahoma, Aaron.
Yes.
Rocklahoma.
Yeah.
Deadsin's gonna rock Rocklahoma. All right, so I'm gonna tag onto your coattails here. So when you're out meeting like Disciple and Head and all that, I just want you.
I'm gonna mention you guys.
Yeah, you got to drop our names.
Yeah. So when Disciple comes in for sound check, I'm just gonna put a banner up. That's what they have to look at.
This is what I want for everybody that crosses paths with Kevin from Disciple. I want him to drop our name, so eventually he goes, "What is it with these guys? Who are these guys?" That's what I want.
He'll either cave and call you guys up, or he'll get so mad he blocks you. One way or the other.
Hey, either way, I'm okay with it.
Yeah,
that's right. If he blocks you, at least he knew who you were.
Oh, I've got some celebrity stories where I've been quote unquote blocked.
So you got a new song?
So
go ahead.
A couple years ago, just speaking on that, and we were talking about baseball. So a few years ago, I was a little more active on social media. I don't use it much at all, especially like Twitter. I don't have a Twitter or anything. But back then, I was big into Twitter and following all the baseball stuff and all that. And one day, the Rays were playing the Astros, and Blake Snell was pitching. And this was before he had won a Cy Young and all that. But he was still just like this hyped up guy. And me just being a punk, I guess, I tweeted out, "Is there a more punchable face in baseball than Blake Snell?" And I didn't tag him or anything like that. I was just like, golly, man, like you are smug. And I got blocked by Blake Snell the next day. And I didn't tag him or anything. So he searched his name, saw it, and then blocked me.
Who's this guy, Keagan?
Yeah, what a punk.
That's funny. See, it's funny when you get blocked by celebrities.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. So he shouldn't have won that Cy Young either. Justin Verlander. No bias.
So who you got a single coming out? So
we do. We haven't told anybody, so I'm telling you guys first.
Oh, hey, it's a Rock Salt exclusive.
Yes.
Exclusive. Yeah, hit a buzzer or something.
Yeah, I don't
So we got a...
Here, wait.
before the end of the month.
Wrong one. That was the wrong button.
Wrong button.
But so
I'm just playing with you.
Yeah, just the single.
So it's going to be before the end of the month. I think, if I'm not mistaken, the 19th or the 26th We're going to have a new single out, and hopefully much more to come very soon. We're working very hard, very diligently to not just put out one song at a time, but for the time being, we're going to put out a brand new single. It's a little different. We've got some close friends and confidants with us who kind of keep us in line about, like, hey guys, that sucks. Don't do that. So we've got approval from some of our checklist people, and we're super excited. It's
Nice.
It's still dead. It's still Deadsin, but if you listen to each song on our protest EP that we put out last November, they're all a little different while keeping the same. We released Change back in August, and we got some very good traction and a lot of great interaction from that. And that was a little different from the EP, but still kind of felt the same. And we really think we're doing the same with this one, where it's a little bit a left of center, but it's not a total departure from what we've done. And we're super excited about it. And just lyrically, it's powerful. We've talked about that before. We like to stick to scripture and stuff like that. And we're super excited about it. As soon as I get it, I will be sending it to you guys. And we can't wait. Hopefully, either the 19th of October or 26th.
Yeah, I seen you post stuff on Instagram. So you guys are working on stuff. So that's really, I know we all have jobs and families and all that, and it takes a lot of energy and time to put music together. And so I'm sure all your fans.
Well, we're all on the same page. We're all on the same page. We're moving forward. Like today, for instance, I'm about to go coach this game and have a good time. And then my daughter has a softball game right after that, and I'm going to catch that. And then we're immediately going to rehearsal to get ready for these shows that we got coming up.
Well, that's great.
So it doesn't stop. We're all on the same page. We're moving forward. It's good stuff. We can't wait. We can't wait to see what happens after this the end of this year, and when we really get out our material and we can show everybody what we got and see what happens.
Nice. All right. So new stuff coming from Deadsin, and he's got the Astros taking the series. Right?
Against the Dodgers.
Yeah. I don't think that one's happening.
Yeah.
Keagan.
Oh, my gosh. Well, we can all argue about it. We all got to fight our shit. Giants, Dodgers, Astros.
That's what's great about sports.
Yeah.
Is we all have our teams. And
if the Astros get swept by the White Sox, I'm coming after you guys.
Oh, they'll write a song about it.
Yeah. Well, I hear a song, here goes.
Yeah. They'll write a song about it.
Dead Salt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Maybe you can get Hootie to sing it.
Yeah. Oh, my gosh. Hey, so thank you for coming on today and taking time out before you coach this little league team, and enjoy the day with the family and enjoy rehearsals. So
I appreciate you guys very much. Thanks for having me on.
Thank you.
Thanks, Keagan.
Yep. And here comes Deadsin on the Rock Salt MUZKAST Experience.